In today's text in Revelation, it's a favorite for funerals and for All Saints' Day, and it portrays the multitude of God's people standing before the throne of God, sheltered by God's tabernacling presence. And for you that go to Bible study on Thursday night, we've been talking about the tabernacle and God's presence in that tabernacle. The scene today divides in two sections. A heavenly vision that John has, and then he interprets that vision. But the central theme is worship and praise. Those are the two things. Worship and praise. Since those who belong to the Lamb, Jesus, are said to be the multitude that no one could count. Such an amount of people that no one could count. And sometimes I've heard, I don't know if you've ever watched, there's a station on and they have televangelists on. They're running 24 hours a day. You put it on and there they are. And they're big on the number of 144,000. I hope to God there's more than 144,000 that are going to meet Jesus. And I think there's going to be more than that. That's why, as Catholics and as Orthodox Catholics, we do not take the Bible literally. We don't look at numbers and say, oh, only 144,000. This is just to illustrate there's going to be people from every land, from every country, from every nation, gay, straight. It doesn't matter. They will be in God's elect one day. From every nation, from all tribes and all peoples and tongues, he says. Also today we could, if we wanted to, call this Good Shepherd Sunday. The Good Shepherd is the theme running through the gospel. Michael said to me this morning, he said, did you notice how short the gospel is? Really short. So I said, I'll make up with it with a homily. I'll go with it. You all know Ignatius of Loyola, the great saint. He had a meditation to offer on the divine persons, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, and how they would look down from heaven at us and see all of us. Many of us were lost. Most of us are lost, let's face it. Just turn on CNN, and you can see the world is pretty lost. People are fighting with each other. The Republicans are fighting against the Democrats, and then you have the independents who don't want any part of it, who are fighting as well. We see fighting even overseas. We don't know what's going to happen overseas with North Korea as they lob another missile this week. But one thing that we can count on is Jesus Christ being our good shepherd. No matter if you're Democrat or Republican, if you're French or Portuguese, it does not matter. The thing is, Jesus Christ is King and Shepherd, not our president, not the Prime Minister of Canada, or anyone else. Our eyes should be fixed on Jesus Christ. And as St. Ignatius says, as the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit looks down from heaven, they find us lost. And they had compassion on us. And the Son of the Father was sent to find every one of us and take us home. That's you. That's me. Thank God. Jesus, the Son of God, the Son of Mary, divine and human, on life's mission to guide us back to God. My brothers and sisters, without Jesus Christ, there is no help in this world. There is no help for us if we don't have Jesus in our life. He is our example. He lays down his life for his sheep as a good shepherd. The good shepherd has made shepherds out of us, however. We have to remember, years ago I went to a conference in Anaheim, California, with my cousin Paul Camara. And the speaker there was John Wimber, and he started the Vineyard Ministries, big church throughout the country, even to today. And he said the problem with the church is everybody wants to be fed. They'll come to church and then after a while they get sick of church. Oh God, I think I'm going to stay in bed today. It's snowing out. Oh, it's raining out. It's Mother's Day. I think I'm going to stay. I'm going to go to brunch instead. The problem with the church today, my brothers and sisters, is Jesus wants us all to be shepherds. He gave us that mission to be shepherds. So John Wimber in California said, we have to train the trainers, as we have in Kindred. Train the trainers. We have to shepherd those who are going to shepherd God's flock. Every one of us has to be shepherds. Jesus gives us that command. Make disciples of all nations. And if you're going to make disciples of all nations, you have to be that shepherd. You have to stand in and be that shepherd. We are in a partnership with God. Don't forget that. We are in a partnership with God until we return home to Him. A vocation is a special partnership with God, a special calling. And each one of us has a vocation. Some to be a deacon, like Deacon Michael. Some to be a priest. Some to teach children, like Sheila and Simone do. Everyone is called to be a disciple. What's going to be your role in the church? Is God calling you? I'm sure He is, because there's not a person on earth that He's not calling. We have Hunter, and I know he's called to critique if I go off track with the Mass. And I'm happy that I have Hunter here. I thought I was good at the Mass until he starts critiquing me when we get in the back. He'll say, oh, Bishop, you forgot. You forgot this. Oh, you were supposed to do this. Oh, okay, you're right. And I can't refute it. He's very bright. I think he has a vocation. Right now, his vocation is to make sure I'm in line. And hopefully one day, I have a feeling God will call him to something special. We have to pray for our kids that God calls us to something special. But something special means also being a mother, right? And a good dad. That's something special. It's good to be a priest, it's good to be a deacon. But these are jobs for us in the church. And your job is just as important, if not more so. I said last week, the most important part of a parent is bringing them up in the faith. And how will you know the faith if you don't hear the faith? It is so important to take part in your children's lives. I think a lot of times, and we've seen it in our own parish, people forget. They get so fixated on social things, basketball, the sports, cheerleading, all these things. I don't know why the church, why the schools put them, or the leagues put them on Sunday morning. They know pretty much that people go to church on Sunday morning, but they do. And we've noticed that. Bishop, I'm not going to be here the next 2 weeks. I can't serve Mass because I have a hockey game. This is rough stuff when you think of it. Today, your eternal life depends on having a relationship with Jesus Christ. What a bargain to spend 1 hour in the presence of God a week, to be one with Him, to be in His presence, singing for joy and praising Him. What an insurance policy. You can't beat it. My God, you can't beat it. That you will have everlasting life with Him. Don't lose out. Don't lose out on that. Today we celebrate Mom's Day, a special day. And through the whole month, we also think of our own mother, Mary. How she said yes, just like you mothers say yes, to raising your children Catholic or Orthodox Catholic. She said yes, she would raise Jesus to be a good man, and she did her job. She knew that she must take on that role as mother. There is no role on earth more important than mother. Whether it is our Mother Mary who intercedes for us, or our own mothers. I was talking to Bishop Miguel yesterday, and I said to him, "Happy Eve of Mother's Day," and he said, "You know, I'm so saddened at Mother's Day. I'm no longer happy at Mother's Day because my mother has passed." And it's tough. I've preached before that when your mother dies, you become an orphan. And you do. When you think of it, when your mother passes, part of you goes with her. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I have felt the loss of my mother for almost 6 years. That part will never, ever leave me. She was such a big part of our lives. So today, we still have, I always turn to the Blessed Mother when I get kind of a little despondent, like Bishop Miguel was yesterday, saying that he just sometimes feels depressed on Mother's Day because he loved his mother so much. But also, know that you will see your mom again one day. You will see her again. For those who still have your moms with you, kiss them and hug them, buy them flowers and candy. But just be with them in their presence. For it might be a little bit of time before you see your